Hi, 1851ers. Troy Kehoe here on the floor of the International Franchising Exposition in New York City, and I'm here with IFA Chairman Aziz Hashim. Thanks so much for joining us here. First of all, tell me about what you're seeing as an overall theme of this year's IFE. I've seen a lot of excitement on the floor and frankly, a lot more traffic than I think we've seen before.
Yeah, I think there's tremendous excitement for franchising. Franchising continues to grow. We reported this morning that 13,000 new locations will be built this year. That's fantastic, bringing the total to 795,000. So that is fantastic growth. And then we're also projecting 238,000 new jobs, which, considering what the general rate of jobs in the economy is, franchising is just absolutely crushing all other forms of job creation. So,
getting that narrative out, I know, has been a challenge. It's been something you've been very passionate about and have talked about for years now, frankly. Are you seeing the fruits of that labor paying off yet still, or do we still have work to do on that?
No, we have work to do. It's early because, we've spent 50 years, as I've said in the past, just creating a seamless experience for the customer, and people don't understand the model. They don't understand the ownership, the relationship between the franchisee and the franchisor. So it's going to take quite a bit of work, but we've started the process. Our campaign at Our Franchise, which launched today, incidentally. So at ourfranchise.org now has information that talks about exactly how the business format franchising works and how you can get involved in it and how much opportunity is created there. So we will continue this process for many, many years now, and I think actually will never end because we have to continually tell our story.
The flip side of that coin, obviously, in creating the excitement is battling back against some potential threats to franchising on the back end. I know FAN, the Franchise Action Network, has really been a major tool in battling back, not just in Congress, but I think all across the country in misaligned characterizations of what franchising is. How do you feel that's going so far?
Well, I think it's going well. And again, when you have a widespread misunderstanding or ignorance of the franchise business model, it becomes really easy to attack it. And so in order for us to counteract that, we have to do a lot of education across a lot of fronts, and the best people to do the education are the ones who employ the people. That's why franchisees and the Franchisee Action Network is so critical. You have to have the people on the front lines that employ people, that pay taxes, that give back to the community through the forms of the charitable work that many franchisees do. Those are the people that need to speak up. And so now we're getting more and more people involved in the Franchisee Action Network, culminating as we do every year at our fly-in in September, where we'll all go to the Hill together and once again talk to our congressmen and tell them, hey, you have to understand the franchise business model.
How important is it for franchisors to join that and get their franchisees involved? Because there is a chain there, isn't there?
There is a chain, and I think franchisors have to get their franchisees to come to these things. They have to, in some cases, sponsor that attendance because franchisees are on limited budgets, and sometimes it's hard for smaller franchisees to make that effort. And so we're reaching out to all of our members saying, hey, you've got to help bring people to Capitol Hill. You've got to help franchisees become more engaged, and because we're all in this together. So it's not going to be a singular effort. It's going to have to be a unified effort. In fact, even our suppliers now have pledged to me through the supplier forum at the IFA and other methods that, hey, we're all in. Tell us what we need to do. We're all going to work together to get this message out.
How then finally do you translate the excitement we're seeing here into keeping that ball rolling and growing franchising for the future?
I think franchising will continue to grow because franchising represents the best opportunity for financial freedom in America. It's the complete democratization of opportunity because no matter what your background is, your race, your education, your gender, doesn't matter. If you work hard and apply yourself, you can get ahead in franchising. And because our economy shifted from a manufacturing and industrial base to a service sector base, franchising is actually at the absolute forefront of that growth, and all we need to do is continue to work hard to educate the lawmakers so we don't have unintended consequences of well-intentioned policy. That's the only thing that can derail us is actually our own government. So we've got to stop that from happening and move forward.
And it takes action from all of us to do that. So please go online to the IFA, join FAN, join in this fight together. Aziz, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Right.
More from the floor of IFE right after this.